Hi, welcome to this week's Fundraising Friday. This week we're talking about capital campaigns and the planning that needs to go into having a successful capital campaign. The mistake I see most often is not leaving enough lead time between when you want to have the project completed, when you want to start the project, and when you want to start the campaign. How much time you need really depends on the scope of the project, that is, how much do you want to raise, and on your experience with development. More specifically, how ready are your donors to give? The larger the campaign and the less ready the donors are to give, the more lead time it's going to take you. So what do you need to do in the lead up to plant or launching a campaign? First thing you need to do is have a pretty good idea of what your project is. That is, how much is it going to cost? What are you going to do? Where are you going to do it? Et cetera, et cetera. You don't necessarily need to have construction ready drawings if you're going to do a construction or a major remodel, but you should at least have some idea of how much per square footage, what are you going to be doing in that space, what's it going to look like, so that your donors have something that they are buying into. Second, you should preview your plans with some of your donors. Some people do this with a formal feasibility study, which generally hires an outside company to develop your case for support and then go talk to your 20 or so largest donors to find out whether or not they would support the project. That can be a really good way of testing the market. Third, you want to make sure you have enough time to raise those gifts before you actually start construction. One of the hardest things to raise money for is a project that's already begun. And that is, if you already have half the project completed, then obviously you don't need my money in order to launch the project. It takes the urgency out. So make sure you give yourself enough time before you want to put the shovel in the ground or you want to actually start the project before you start raising money for it. That's this week's Fundraising Friday tip. Thanks. Have a great weekend.